critical levels for Avax, as Avax is breaking out here now that the interest rate cuts are behind us. All coins are seeming to be pumping. Bitcoin is running up to 117, 118. Altcoin season is getting one last big run up here. So let's find out what the critical levels for Avax are to the upside. Some potential pullbacks for maybe one last time of an entry here for a short-term trade on Avax, guys. We're going to be covering all of this and a lot more in this video. I'm Blockchain Crusader, crusading through these blockchains every single day, and let's get right to it. So here we are. Avax has broken out of this uptrend that has been in since the beginning of Q2, finally covering and getting above the block of resistance here between $28 to $30. Before then, little recap, rewind, we were getting massively rejected above below $26. 26 was a rejection in May, back in July, back in August, and when we finally broke through it here on September 10th, this was the last thing holding Avax down, was this block of resistance. Now that we're above $30, our targets to the upside are $36 to $41 here in the short term. Now you might be asking, Crusader, man, I didn't get in on the pump. Where can I get in now? Let me show you. Right now, if Avax were to have a pullback, I would be looking for retest of this $30, maybe as low as $28. I think it'd be a little generous if we came down to 28. But somewhere between 29 to 30, a retest of that area would be the area I'd be looking for an entry on a low leverage long for Avax. If you haven't already entered, obviously not financial advice. That's just what I'm planning on doing if we get that retest. Holding $30 is hyper critical for Avax to continue this pump. So if we lose $30, you already know that, this short-term breakout was a fake out. Now, targets of the upside, like I said, in the short term are between $36 to $41. Above that, we have a target at $51 to $54, which comes from back in December of 2024. If we can get above this $51 to $54 area for Avax, we've got some major targets to the upside of legacy targets from back in 2021 that we have not revisited yet, between $71 to $147. Now you might be saying, Crusader, why would Avax pump to $147? It hasn't been able to do that all of 2024. It hasn't been able to get anywhere near $50 all of 2025. How could we practically pump to $147? Well, let me show you a little something. The SEC here has approved Grayscale's multi-crypto fund, right, as a broader ETF to push more altcoins. Now, in this large scale, we're mentioning Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, Solana, and Cardano. But Crusader, this is a Avax video. Let me show you guys as we scroll down here, right? This is now betting on the fact that Avalanche is going to be included, as we also seeing Rex Osprey getting an ETF launched today, time of recording this video, for XRP and Dogecoin. So are you telling me you thinking that Litecoin, Avax, and many others are not going to be added, especially when Grayscale themselves have been accumulating Avalanche and Litecoin and some of these other altcoins? So I do believe that if we get this here before long, right, in the next couple of weeks or so, if we can get an Avax ETF on the books, or the large broad scale Grayscale ETF that was just talked about, including Avax, I believe Avax is going to get to this $51 rapidly and could potentially be pushing up even a lot higher, guys. Like always, those are the critical levels for Avax. I'm Blockchain Crusader, crusading through these blockchains every single day, and I'll see you in the Crypto Citadel. See ya.